Norway has agreed to buy more than 50 US-made F35 fighter jets. Oslo says that this will give it the ability to detect potential threats with greater precision. Another reason for the purchase is Russia's increased military activity in the Baltic region, which has caused quite a stir among Scandinavian countries.
Russian forces practiced invasion of Norway, Finland, Denmark and Sweden.
Norway premieres Russian invasion television series.
Russia rehearsed invasion of Sweden.
The American fighter jets come with a hefty price tag for Norway. Earlier, I discussed the upcoming deal with Roman Kostrov.
Well, these planes are certainly very expensive. We're not sure about the complete deal price, as this deal is still in the making. But what we do know is that each unit costs at least 120 million US dollars. So times that by 52 and you will get an approximate figure of how much Norway is about to pay for these airplanes. Other than that, it's a fifth-generation fighter jet, so supposedly it's as modern as it gets. The F35 was initially hailed as the most high-tech fighter jet ever created, far ahead of anything else in the skies. And you know what? It does look kind of sleek.
This multi-mission stealth aircraft is supersonic, radar evading, and has unmatched counter-air, strike, and ISR mission capabilities. Virtually undetectable to an enemy that cannot hide.
OK, so it certainly looks, slick, impressive. Does that mean the Norwegians are pretty savvy when it comes to planes? They're getting a good deal here?
Experts have reviewed this particular aircraft and they just said it's simply not very good, and it's, these capabilities lack in comparison to others for the 21st century warfare. So, 4 key points that the experts said that are wrong with this plane. Number 1, poor maneuvering capabilities. The wings of this plane are actually too small in order for it to maneuver comfortably in the skies. Number 2, small internal payload capacity. In other words, the plane is just simply too heavy for the engine itself. And number 3, short operational range. Well, that speaks for itself. Cannot deliver bombs as far as it could. Interestingly enough, they've made a test recently of an F35 fighter, a test plane that they're making right now, against an F16 plane. It's a Cold War era plane, and they put it up together in the skies in a dogfight. And actually, the F16, the predecessor, was much better in the skies in this dogfight.
So in a nutshell, it's too heavy, doesn't fly very well, it can't carry very much, it's got engine problems. Why are they bothering investing all this money in and still making it?
It's a military program. This plane's been in development since mid-90s, I believe, and they've put a lot of cash into it already. Actually, the figures put the amount that they spent up to 400 billion US dollars. So far, what we do know that this is the most expensive plane ever built, and what we also know is that it cannot outperform other planes from Cold War era.
Well, earlier we heard from the co-president of the International Peace Bureau. She doubts that the warplanes represent value for money for Norway.
We don't know if these enormously expensive fighter jets will ever function, because they have not been tested, and there is a lot of discussion as to the electronics and why do we need them. To me and to the peace movement, they are nothing that we need. We are participating in the out-of-area missions of NATO, but these out-of-area missions have been scaled down. It seems that it is part of our NATO obligation, so to say.